All right, so tools needed. You're gonna need a quarter T30, a 3/8 T30, a quarter deep 10, a quarter shallow 10, deep well 3/8 13, deep well 3/8 16, a T25, deep well 1/2 inch 18, triple square 12 3/8, triple square 10 3/8 for the rails, crankshaft counterhold tool, 27 millimeter 1/2 inch socket for the crankshaft, and a 27 millimeter shallow socket for the balance shaft chain. You got all that, you should be good to go. All right, today we got a 2017 GLI CPPA engine code. Came in with a check engine light, P0011. We checked measured value block, 178 and 179. Checked the cam spec versus cam actual adjustment and found the actual was very erratic compared to the specified. What we have is a failed cam adjuster on the intake camshaft. We also checked measured values 182 to check the timing chain stretch, and we were about 4.5, so we're gonna go ahead and replace the intake camshaft and the timing chain. See if we can't get that corrected. Breaking down everything up top. 10 millimeters on the coils. Always pinch the base stud. Otherwise you're gonna have a big mess with the wire.
Pulling the studs out now.
Get the studs out of the way. T30s, like the engine mount brackets. An 80 valve mount. Cool cross pipe is coming out of there. Disconnect the cam magnet. Okay, then you got your N80 valve, or your overrun cutoff valve down there. Wastegate module here. Necessary, but it's going to make it a lot easier. I like to take the inlet pipe out. You got T30 in the back. Your remote clamp pliers, if you have them.
Snap-on, these are fancy.
Yeah, fancy.
Still break though, right?
They all still break, yeah. Supposedly these have a warranty on the cable though. I've seen it before. Start disconnecting your coils.
Pulling the harness off the coils, keep your coils in order.
Try to give them a little turn, like clock them a little before you start pulling on them, like kind of free them up as much as possible. Okay, push that in there.
Surprised they came out whole.
Okay, we got the inlet pipe out now.
What is this?
PCV valve.
T30.
Okay. Disconnect the N80 valve hose right here. Okay, unplug your oil pressure switches down here. Little clip there. Unplug the map sensor. High pressure fuel pump. Unplug the harness.
What are these?
It's the high pressure fuel line.
Okay, explain your technique.
Alright, so basically what you want to do is be pushing down like this and then pushing up on the release at the same time. They get really tight, but they will come off. It's worth messing with it a little bit to get it off without breaking it. Alright, so all the stuff's going to go off to the side. Alright, we're starting to open up here a little bit. This one's important for the high pressure fuel line.
T30 bracket right there.
Okay, 17. Couple of T30s. And you can roll it. That's why you want to have that T30 out, so you can get that little roll to get it disconnected.
T25.
Oops, sorry. 10 millimeter there. Okay. Engine mount. It's a body support. Couple 16s on the old motor mount there.
Just those 16s. Don't pull the 18s.
Alright, so since we're going to be doing the whole chain on this car, I'm going to stop here on top, and I'm going to go up and start getting the bottom stuff taken out.
Start working from the bottom.
Yeah, start getting what we need to get off the bottom. Loosen this up. We're going to definitely want to drain the oil for this.
What size?
32 mil. Door cover off.
45. Popping the caps off. 5/17s.
Liner out so we can have maximum room here.
Yep. They just live on a sandy road.
Yeah, good observation.
What size?
45.
45 for the drain plug. And what is that, 30 for tightening? Yeah.
All right. Okay, let's get this pressure pipe out of the way. T30 times 2. 7 millimeter for the worm clamp.
7 mil. Taking a pick. Loosen up the pipe around.
Got a clip right here. See this clip? Snap that back in.
Push that ring back in, so when you go to click it, it just snaps in.
C30 for that mounting pipe. Put a lock pin in right there. Hang your belt in the direction of travel. Pull off this tensioner. 45. These quarter 45s make it really easy.
Quarter and a 45. That's what it looks like.
Alright. Unplug this oil control valve.
Oil control valve. Does that control the flow, or?
It's an oil pressure regulation valve. Loosen that guy up. At least turn it. You can take it out. We're going to see if we can get away with just turning it. Start getting off.
So don't remove it if you don't have to?
No, we're going to see if we can just turn it.
All T30?
All T30s for the lower cover. You can see it really good.
It's the notch.
That's the notch. Here's our triangle right here.
Yeah, I'll get a shot of it. Let's see.
Kind of hard to see it. It's right in that area.
So we have to do what? 2 rotations?
It doesn't matter because we're taking the chain out and the cams off.
Okay.
So this doesn't make a difference where we go right now because we're taking the chain and the cams off. So we're just going to go around till we hit top dead center on the bottom, and I'll adjust the cams later if necessary. So there we go, we're lined up there.
So there's a notch on the pulley, and then there's an indent on the cover, right?
It's like a triangle. I'll give you a close up on the new one. So take the pulley off. Once you got the pulley off, you can either get one of these nice little plastic gimmicks, T10 368, it's really nice, or an old axle nut from like an old MK4 will work on there. Just something to hold those gear splines in place. Plug in.
Fresh plug, T45.
Alright. 30 Newton meters.
30 newtons.
Triple 12 Torx. Crack this guy loose. Alright. Back on the oil pan.
We're jacking up here to get this mount loose.
Alright, pop out these 18s.
2 18s, the mount will come out.
Put our motor mount out here.
Jacking the engine up a little bit.
Alright, we got a triple 12 back here for the mount bracket. If you loosen all 3 up, usually then they can like kind of come out by hand. They don't have tension Okay. We gotta get our dipstick tube out.
Is that a steel?
Nope, all plastic, of course.
No, the bolt.
Yeah, that bolt's a steel bolt. Dipstick tube, and we got aluminum bolts on the cam neck. You'll be able to tell real easily by the weight of them. Got 6 of these guys.
It's coming a new one or no?
Okay, take off your remaining lower assembly.
Hardware?
Yeah.
Recommended to replace the hardware on these, or?
Of course, yeah. All right, now you got the spool valve here. Remember, this is reverse thread. So this one is, hold on. This is a T10 352. They're all different though. They're not all different, but they're
The majority.
a lot of times they're different. It's rare I encounter the same one every time. As you can see here, we're 180 out on the cam. Here's our top dead center mark for the exhaust cam, and here's our top dead center mark for the intake cam. So just for whatever, argument's sake, I'll roll it around. Just gonna bring it to top dead center, just, you know, for everyone who knows how to do it better than me. That way we can save them telling me. So you see these little teeth on there?
Yep, I see it.
It's gonna line right up with them. Alright, there we go. Close enough. So this guy's already marked. He's getting replaced, so we don't really care about him. Chain's gonna be new, so we don't really care about that.
Try to get that lower cover.
Yeah. Glue's pretty strong. If you were in a pinch, you could save this cover if you went around really slowly and took it off. Mm-hmm. I'm not in a pinch. I'm going to replace this cover, so I really don't care. If I haven't checked the chain stretch, I'm going to see that and be like, you know what, let's just go ahead and take care of this. Like,
so if you see 6 teeth or more.
Yeah, if you see it pushed out more than halfway, it's like you're already right here. You may as well just take care of business, get it done.
All right. What's it go to?
It's the timing rail. Other timing rail. Still on the same timing rail. All right, we got all these guys out. We're good there. Can pop that. I don't really care that that moved. Doesn't really mean anything at this point. Drop the tensioners out. We have no tension on this stuff anymore. Got the T30 out.
What's that to?
This is to the vacuum pump. We'll disconnect the intake manifold runner line off of there. Get this. Take some of these beautiful blue shop towels, very expensive, very nice. Plug this oil supply hole up. That will somewhat stop all that oil from leaking down the head, down the back of the block, making a mess on you.
Yep.
Cam cover. So if when you install this, you install from the center. When you take it off. When you install this, you start from the center. So when you take it off, you work from the outside in. All these bolts are one-time use, obviously. Get our cover off. Check our bearings. Feel decent. This cam, you hear that?
Yeah.
That's that rattle you hear on startup. Assuming you have an engine full of oil and you hear that, it's this intake camshaft. Take the exhaust off.
Fun begins. What are we doing here?
We're cleaning off the old sealant.
See a new one?
New what? No, same one.
I got a funny story for you.
What is it?
This is a comment someone made.
Who?
The person we were just talking to.
The Viking?
Yeah.
What was the comment?
I didn't even want to say it on camera.
Like just now made it?
Yeah.
I heard that, yeah.
Which part?
The T. Can't do shit. Can't even fix a Volkswagen anymore.
What tool is that again? And where can you get it?
That was just a carbon scraper, a la Snap-on. You can get it from anyone though. Snap-on's probably the worst one I've ever used.
Harbor Freight.
Harbor Freight probably actually is a little better. Smaller profile handle, and the blades seem to work better on the Harbor Freight one.
Just fine tuning it, getting some leftovers.
Down there, the Hurricane guy played the Hurricane. We went down the wrong night. We were down there and no one else was there, so let's just walk around.
So what are we doing here?
Cleaning her up. Well, we're good.
What do we got here?
All right, we got our eco-friendly parts washer. See you in the morning.
I missed it, but would you popped it off?
Yeah, just got rid of that. I'm gonna replace that. All right, so we're pretty clean here. Let's just put some assembly lube.
Assembly lube. You're putting it on. What are these called?
The rollers and the cam bearings.
Rollers and cam bearings.
Okay, we can place our exhaust cam in there. Okay, we got our nice new intake cam. There's our dot for top dead center. Put that guy, you know, facing up. Okay, so on this particular model, you're supposed to take off the oil pan to get this out of here. We're gonna do something a little different.
So what were you marking?
We're marking the balance shaft chain. Mark right there. Okay, and then we're also going to, just for our own reference, mark where this sprocket is on the engine. So we got a mark right up top there. So we got a mark on our timing marks on the balance shaft, and a mark right here,
Yep.
so we know where we're going back in.
And what's the two upper ones?
What do you mean the two
Just
upper
the
ones?
other, the left mark and the...
That's balance shaft, balance shaft. We just want to keep the chain on where it's supposed to be on the balance shaft.
Okay.
All right. So we got the balance shaft tensioner. Works really good here. There's an oil filter socket. It's like low profile. So crack that loose.
Is that 32?
27.
27?
27. Okay. Take the tension off of that guy. I'm going to use this because I cranked it around. So this will just give it a quick bump without moving anything. Good. So now we can get our oil chain off. Sneak our cam chain out. Oh, they can sit in the middle of a video? Everybody's always You're saying that. Yeah. Thanks, Snap-on. Scared the shit out of me.
What happened?
Fell out of the ratchet.
Your ratchet fell apart? You thought it was a
I thought
carport?
it was part of the car first. That was terrifying. Okay.
So false alarm, no car parts. Just a snap-on ratchet.
Old snap-on ratchet. Okay. So we have our mark down here. I'm going to put a green dot on it so you can really see it. Got a little green rub on there. You can see on the chain, it's just like a cobalt blue almost. So that, see this mark here?
Yep.
This little arrow, that
Yeah.
lines up with that. So that
Alright.
this is when you're putting a fresh chain on, this is the easiest way to go about it. That way your mark will just stay where it's supposed to be. So you reach your hand up, pull some tension. So, same thing. Find the top dead center of the cam again. Right here, see this dot?
Yep.
Okay, so
I'll get another shot of it. The little indent on top of it.
yeah, our chain goes right there on that.
On that, blued link.
Yep, same thing back here. We got our mark right here. Our chain goes right there.
Seconds. So the indent, the blued link, and then same thing on this, the indent and a blued link right there. Alright, just 2 seconds. And
Slide the rail in. Bolts in loosely. Good there.
new tension.
Put this guy in. And torque those.
What's the torque?
8 newtons.
8 newtons?
Let me get a bit more. Let's not trust this. Okay. Alright. So we're good there, we're good there. We still have to go back and torque this. We're looking pretty good here. So what I want to do is crank this forward just a hair. Take some of the slack out of the front of it right there. Just some, not all, just some. Take the chain, push the slack out of it. Guide the rail in. Snug her down, triple 10. Snug the front rail down, triple 10. Now, before we do the cover, we want to make sure our chain is in all the correct spots, like multiple times. So you see this link
Yep.
lines up with the dot and the notch.
Yep.
This link lines up with the notch. You go down to the bottom. Very important. This link in here lines up with that arrow. Our slack is mostly on this side where we want it because that's where our tensioner is.
Yep.
We got our oil pump chain on, so we're sitting pretty good right now. At this point, we can put our oil pump chain tensioner on.
How's it snap in?
It doesn't snap in.
Bolt.
Bolts in. 230. Okay. Same thing, hit it with an 8 newton meters.
8 newtons.
And to pop that. Always pop this first before you pop this.
Oh, the oil pump first?
Always have the oil pump, because that's an opposing force the other direction.
Yep.
And you just get a better chain tension when you do that. So we checked all our marks are good.
Make sure everything looks the way we have it.
We're gonna seal this sucker up. We're going on for a little bit.
So if you have green seal, it's been opened before?
Yeah. I'll tell you, I've put the black oil pan sealant on these and they've actually sealed really well. Like a CCTA, I would probably exclusively use the black oil pan sealant.
I'm surprised they don't sell this in a gun.
Okay. That's gonna be the most dangerous test drive for Just drop her on.
Right, like marking the interior.
That or somebody who knows the car seeing you driving it like an idiot. Okay. Got 22 of these guys.
Is that the number?
Yep.
How do you know where all the each one goes? Are they different lengths or?
Yep, they're all the same length on this one. Okay, before we do anything else, do one last check of your timing marks.
Yep.
They're all good.
Starting from the center. Just lightly rocking it down.
Yep, just a low torque drill. You just want to go until you just barely see the green come out of the sides. So we're going to start 8 Newton meters. Here's the sequence.
Is it 8?
Yep. All right. 90.
So if you didn't have this fancy torque wrench, you just have to mark the bolt.
Yeah, mark it and put a 90 on it, yeah. Yep. What's nice about the torque wrench, if you slip, it saves your spot.
You know where you are. So that whole thing's tightened, perfect.
Yep, we're all tight perfect there. I like to kind of work from this way back over, because then we'll be doing more up and down. I'm going to start from this side and work my way over. That way,
Yep.
when I'm done with the last thing on the timing, I'll be done, period. The bottom bolt, always put that one in because you may not be able to fit it. That's a little
This
tight.
is the high pressure pump.
This is the high pressure vacuum pump. The high pressure pump goes into this and is driven off of this lobe of the exhaust camshaft. Come on.
Is it a T30 or what size?
Let's do this.
Oh, you lost the keyway?
It's not keyed perfectly right now. Let's turn the inside a little. There it is, keyed back up.
So you can only move the thing that's inside the unit, right?
Yes. Okay.
And you put a new gasket on too?
Yeah, fresh gasket. Yeah.
Spec?
8 newts. Plug in that vacuum on.
Plug in the vacuum line in the back.
High pressure pump lifter going in.
So you pulled the lifter. Would you pull that out with a magnet?
High pressure pump.
T30s. Estimation on tightness on those?
I didn't get new ones of those. They didn't have them. They're usually 8s.
8s.
Yeah. Snug that guy down.
17 for the high pressure fuel pump.
Yep. Snug it down, right there. Okay, let's get all this stuff going back in here.
What is this?
The crank breather. Snug this down.
What's the trick for telling this is bad?
If you have a leak here, air leak here, you know it's bad. That's the most obvious trick. I mean, there's a few other ways you can tell. You can measure it with a vacuum gauge. A few little things you can do, but the easiest and fastest is definitely going to be that.
What's this bracket to?
It's just your lifting line.
T30s?
Couple of T30s here. Second lifting eye over here. Get this kinda snapped in here. Plug in the high pressure fuel pump.
Plug in the pump.
The short ones, there's 2 different lengths of these. You got a long and a short. The short goes here. And one short goes here. I don't know why. I don't know the logic behind that. That's just how it is. That's just factually how it is.
Are they both the same shorts?
Yes.
Okay.
When this thing's out, I like to Oh, I guess I ain't popping this one off. That was tight.
What were you saying? You like to pop
I like
it
to
off?
pop it off, yeah. I don't like to put it in until a little after. We don't have to fully install this pipe, but we do need the breather tube to be installed before we put the coils in. Got a T30 there for that.
T30 there.
Yep. You really should torque these because I see these stripped like constantly from people powering them down.
You just know the.
I mean, I have the feel, so I'm going to use that. I'm trying to get this done.
You hear the click.
The click, this is what tells you you're in. No click,
Put your ground on.
you ain't in.
Put the 10s on top.
Same thing, you don't have to go crazy. Plug in your wastegate control module. We'll get back to that in a second. An 80 valve.
An 80 valve. T30. Tighten the two shorties. Tightening this T30 there and the one in the back.
Fasten our intake manifold control line. Sometimes this line runs under here. This car doesn't. If it runs under here, it leaves the small out. So you have a little room to force it under.
Just repeat that one more time just so I have it.
Sometimes this line will run under here, and if it does run under here, leave this bolt loose and it'll give you a little bit of room to force it under and behind.
Gotcha.
Plug in your map sensor.
Map sensor plugged in.
Yeah. We'll plug these in shortly. These are just things that kind of get you ahead of the game. Okay. Last time to check, because why not? We're good. We're good. And we're good right there. Make sure our marks didn't move on any of these. They didn't. We tension this. We're good there. So now you can pull that tensioner. No need to push out. It doesn't need your help. It'll be fine all on its own.
So that's what the clip looks like right there.
New cam bridge, which I always replace when I'm putting a cam on.
Some assembly lube.
A little lube can't hurt. Check. Is this dowel right here? Check your original, see if you have the dowel. If you don't have this dowel, rip it out.
Okay. Just friction fitted.
The dowel, yeah.
Snap her in.
Got some freshies of these.
Are they all the same?
Yep, all the same.
Put them in by hand first.
6 of these, yep, get them all started.
Snug them in. We're going to torque them.
fresh one for here. All right, 8 Newton meters.
You started from the center, worked your way out.
Yep. This guy's getting a 90 right here.
Just that one?
Just this one.
A 90 on this guy. So 8 newtons plus a 90 on this guy. The rest are 8 newtons. That's it.
You have to put a new spool valve in with a new cam because the old one just won't fit. It's reverse thread. 35 Newton meters, reverse thread. There we go, that was a tool. T10 352/4. Same thing, let's get it cleaned up.
Just scraping. Carbide?
Yeah, I believe so. All right. A little extra in that corner is not going to hurt anything.
Gotcha.
Our cover here, we're all cleaned up. Just any loose stuff, wipe off real quick. tool for that one real quick. Cover.
Fresh upper cover. Torque piece?
Yeah. I'm just getting them close. All right, these are 9 Newton meters. These guys in a star pattern.
Nine newtons. Star pattern.
Got a fresh cam magnet for this thing.
Three T30s.
These are aluminum T30s, so be very careful with them. Four Newton meters on these.
You said 4?
4, yeah,
4, and they are aluminum. Installing the dipstick. Held in with a steel T30. Pops in.
Oh, one, yeah, it pops in on top and then gets the.
Right behind that hose.
Get this engine bracket in here.
Engine bracket. Those are triple 10s.
Triple 12s.
Triple 12s. So was it 3 triple 12s?
3 triple 12s. Yep. Got one in. Snug her down. Same with this front one.
depending on your lift setup, you just have to move the engine up and down.
Yeah. Just give yourself a little bit of room to get this work done here.
Snug.
We'll put this guy on while the engine mounts out. It's going to make it a little bit easier.
The intake pipe.
Inlet pipe, yep, for the turbo. Make sure that's close to there. Good there. Down. Plug in your magnet. Now plug in your cutoff valve in there.
What is it? Because I can't see.
The overrun cutoff valve has to get plugged in. Wait for the click. Okay, we're good there. Engine mount.
Two 16s and two 18s. Got a 13 over here.
You always want to get the mount attached to the body first, because there's no adjustment on the body. Two 16s. Two 13s.
Two 18s. Now you can pull your jack out since your motor mount is back in. Put the oil filter back in. Can you explain that? What is it? 25 newtons plus a 5?
I don't understand that. I just torqued it to 25. I can't explain that. If anyone has any questions what that means, let me know and I'll ask them when that goes.
Yeah, so it's 25 newtons plus 5, but
Why would it just not be 30? I mean, it seems too obvious to be right.
what wires?
Oil pressure switches, get them plugged in, done.
You route them under the hoses.
Yeah.
Reservoir going back in. Oh, you didn't let any coolant out. You normally do, right?
No.
No? T25s, reservoir screws. Put your hoses back, your wires, thermostat. Put your windshield wash on, held in with a 10 right there. 10 mil right there.
Get your 10 in there. 10 mil line routed.
Fuel lines.
Same thing, you want to hear a nice positive click on that.
And these just run parallel.
Nice click. Snug down, everything looking good here.
Get a nice diagram for you guys.
Control valve snugged on there. Flow control valve plugged in and clipped in.
That guy right there.
We have our last screw right here that we didn't finish.
I'll get a picture of that in a second. T30.
Yeah, 230 half cut. Let's see if I can get this in here. I take a T30 half cut, try to get it in there.
It is right dead center of the screen in the back.
65 Newton meters for that guy there.
65 in the back?
65 for the balance shaft tensioner.
Can you point to it?
Yeah, right here. That nut. Right?
Oh, okay.
65, yeah.
65 newtons for
Balance
that
shaft tensioner.
balance shaft tensioner.
Alright, let's get our tensioner in here.
Tensioner's going in.
Out of here. Alright, you see this triangle indent right there?
Yeah, up top.
Yep. You're going to match it up. There's 4 holes that are even and 1 that's offset. That's where the triangle is.
Okay.
Feel it right there.
Triangles and the circle's dead center.
Yep.
And you'll feel it go in, right?
Yes.
Even though you might feel a little off.
Might feel a little funny because it's just like a crack pulley type of situation, but
Gotcha. So that triangle and that top center hole, the tiny one.
let's torque it. Got our locking bar on here. Go up to the A-arm.
Lock and bar.
We're on 150.
150 newtons.
Yep. And a 90.
And the 90. So 150 plus the 90. You have a part number on that big bar? Are they all the same? There's a T1.
T10 355A.
Serpentine belt going back on. Remember the direction you pulled it off. Put it back on the same.
$16 detentions.
Pull your pin.
For the intercooler hose.
Support bracket for the intercooler hose.
Wait till you hear the snap up top.
Pops in up top. 7 mil down here.
Let's get the two T30 mounting bolts on.
Seven mil. Fender well is next. Fender well and the quarter going in.
Start them loose until you have them all in.
Yeah, I've definitely done that a couple times. Dumped the gun on it and then the whole thing couldn't move.
Yeah.
Then I had to pull everything back out.
Just need a little flex. Fix this one for him.
My Jetta was so tired.
Take him out 100 times. That's what happened.
Lower cover going in, held in with 8 T25s, coarse thread screw. So right now you would put the wheel on, but you're not doing it because you have something else going on. So you would normally put it on now though?
Yeah, why not?
Gotcha. Install the wheel, 517s, 5 caps.
Back here.
T30 for the top of the turbo pipe.
Alrighty.
Snugger on.
Put this on. Alright, we let all our sealants set up for a couple hours, so now we're gonna add oil. This thing takes 6.2, 540.
Reminds me, I had to change my oil this week.
I got it to change my oil.
Do you get it?
Alright, check everything.
Check the coils.
Make sure all your stuff's plugged in. Just do a precursory scan. You know. Alright, let's. Alright, we're running nice and smooth. Here's the air pump going. So that's it. We replaced the intake camshaft, timing chain, all the guide rails and tensioner, as well as the lower and upper timing cover, bridge, spool valve, and magnet on a 2017 Jetta 2-liter turbo CP PA engine builder. Alright boys, see you later.
Alrighty, let her warm up for a bit.
Alright, we got it all warmed up. Check the oil level real quick here. Looking good, nice and clean, crispy. Alright, so tools needed. You're going to need a quarter T30, a 3/8 T30, a quarter deep 10, a quarter shallow 10, deep well 3/8 13, deep well 3/8 16, a T25, deep well 1/2 inch 18, triple square 12 3/8, triple square 10 3/8 for the rails, crankshaft counterhold tool, 27mm 1/2 inch socket for the crankshaft, and a 27mm shallow socket for the balance shaft chain. You got all that, you should be good to go.
Alrighty, see you in the next.